Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer, the Creative Portrait Healing, and I'm coming on today because I actually a couple weeks ago realized that I don't really show my face here a lot, and if I was looking for um, a workshop or a course or anything like what I'm offering, I would want to know some background about the teacher or the facilitator before I decided to work with them. And when I realized that I'm not giving you guys the opportunity to know who I am. And I think that it's really important. I haven't been avoiding showing my face here for any other reason than I hate being in front of a camera. I'm a photographer, and so I'm much more comfortable behind a camera, which is why I'm actually choosing to talk in my true mirror now and look into my own eyes. Because if I looked at the lens instead, I instantly just start freezing up. So I'm looking here in my true mirror, and I'm actually using my emotional feedback to help me feel engaged and not, I just don't want to feel like I'm faking it. And while I am here sort of deliberately sharing, and that could seem unorganic, just the simple act of like deciding to do something like record a video, looking into my own eyes is allowing me to have like a much more organic conversation once I'm in front of this camera. Whereas if I decided to not use my true mirror, I probably would struggle a lot more and maybe not even post a video. But this is my effort to try and change that. It's an effort to try and challenge myself to be in front of a camera more, because I do know that it's something that I need to show up for. It's something that I've been called to do for a long time. I've been really wanting to make videos and share my opinions and thoughts and my life story. But I just haven't done it because I feel so uncomfortable in front of the camera. When it comes to displaying something online, like the idea that I know that I'm going to post this is just like, it ruins it. But if I was like taking video for me and myself, I'm perfectly fine. So again, this is just some sort of compromise that I'm already familiar with. Anyways, so going back to a background on me, I thought a fun thing for me to do and for everyone else to experience was just for me to make a regular habit of coming on and making videos and explaining who I am, what I'm doing, what's going on in my life, or maybe I go back to the past and share a life story. I'm not really sure, but I know that I just need to get up here and start talking. So I figured I would start today's video with a little like icebreaker questions. I don't have anything fully or pre-planned, but I was just gonna go through and answer like some of the questions that I know are more common when it comes to getting to know people in groups or whatever, just those normal icebreaker questions. So I figured I'd start with my age. I'm 37. My birthday's March 30th, and I'm about to be 38 here soon, and that is mind-blowing to me. I don't know where the years went, but I also can see where they went. I don't know, it's just kind of weird to like think about how I'm almost 38, but then like still remember high school so clearly. Yeah, it's a really strange place to be, and I know that like it's so said all the time, but it's very weird once you experience it and you can't help but talk about it. And yeah, anyways, so 37, birthday's March 30th, 1986. I am living in South Philly, but I am originally from a small town in California called Merced. You might have gone through Merced if you have been to Yosemite National Park, or if you've been in the Central Valley of California at all. If you've been through there, you know that it smells like cow shit and that I'm probably pretty oaky at heart, which I am. I grew up around horses and definitely played in the dirt a lot growing up. Yeah, like I'm not really a city person. Living here in the city has been kind of an adjustment, even though I've lived here for 12 years now. And the one thing that makes the adjustment of living in the city a lot easier is Philly has a lot of access to green spaces. and one is really, really close to me, and I'm able to go there within 5 minutes. And so I do have two dogs, and so they do get me out a lot, and we do go frequent there, which is really cool. And then I also am super into water skiing, and I've been doing that since I was little. And just 20 minutes outside the city is a river that we can go water skiing on. So while I live in the city, I do a lot of country things, and Philly is really good for offering that. It's a really happy medium between city and country life, with the accessibility to all of it. And then if you really want to get into the country, Delaware is just 30 minutes south of here, and Delaware, I think it's either they have the most state parks or the most national parks than any other state, and their green spaces are so beautiful. It is lovely down there. So it's really cool to be in the city, but then be able to go on these really gorgeous hikes and experience what a small town life might have been. Or I guess really just to be able to bring my small town life to this place. I do have two dogs, and I also have 6 cats. 3 of those cats are all siblings that I rescued from my hometown in the summer of 2021 when I was there for a few months. Long story short is one of the siblings was abandoned by their mother at birth, and I found her squealing in some bushes and started taking care of her. And then a month later, when the SPCA came to get the other litter, or the rest of the litter and the mom, they didn't find all the babies. And so my cousin called me. It was in his backyard that they were all discovered. He called me and said, hey, they didn't get these 2 kittens. Do you want them? So I ended up with 3 of them. I drove across country the first 3 weeks that I had the 2 additional kittens. They were spent driving across country in a motorhome, and they're just the cutest things ever. I love them to pieces. I also have Penny, who I bottle fed since she was 3 weeks old. She's 11 now. And then Piston is a cat that I rescued out of a car engine. A piston is a engine part from a car, so I named him that just because of where he was found. And then and then I have Meows, which is actually, Mouse is my nickname. And my neighbors found him outside, and I work with local cat rescues. And so I found him when they called me and told me that there was a cat outside. They thought it might be mine, and it wasn't, but he was clearly not taken care of. He still had his balls attached. So I got him lined up for surgery, and the girl that was taking him for surgery and stuff, they created an intake form for him and named him Mouse, not knowing that my nickname since I was a child was Mouse. And so I felt like that was the universe's way of saying, this cat's yours now. I named him after you. And so I now have him as well, and his name has morphed into Meows instead of just Mouse. And it's been really cool to call him that same nickname that I was called by my parents growing up, or my family growing up. It just feels like a cute little full circle. And then my dogs, I have Daisy. She's a big 80-pound mutt. And then I have Cody, who I've had since before I moved to Philly. She's going to be 13 this year, and she's still kicking, but she's definitely getting at the end of her life, which has been really, I'm thinking about it a lot, and it's kind of difficult at times to think about how she won't be with me much longer. But the life that she's given me with her has been really, really great. Let's see, this is starting to feel like some dating profile video, and it's making me laugh, but I'm enjoying this, and I definitely need to do this more. My heart is racing thinking about posting this right now, but I'm gonna do it. Let's see, some big things that are going on in my life right now. I am remodeling my house, and I'm currently on the bathroom, and I just spent most of the day yesterday working out the pattern of the tile, how I'm going to lay it out, and making sure that the design works with the dimensions of my walls and like knowing where I'm gonna have to make any cuts if I need to, and just trying to figure out like the best way to lay it out. I've never tiled anything before, and so I'm a little like nervous because it's like the finishing work that I have to stare at the rest of my life, or the rest of the time that I live in this house. And as someone who like is a recovering perfectionist, that's really difficult for me. So I'm really feeling the pressure to get it right the first time because I can't redo it. I mean, I could, but it would just be a gigantic fucking mess, and not really worth the redo unless I really, really, really messed up. So yeah, that's me.